The cover-up of the Epstein files completely exposed. This just screams guilty, doesn't it? Michael Parker, 10 years old, oral rape. Donald Trump paid his parents a $3 million settlement out of court. Kelly Fuller, 12 years old, $1 million settlement paid in 1989. Allegations of forced intercourse with the grand rapist Donald Trump while at Trump Tower. Charles Bacon, 11 years old, $3 million settlement. Allegations of oral and anal intercourse at Trump Tower at New York City. Rebecca Conway, 13 years old, claimed intercourse and oral sex. A $5 million settlement. Kevin No, 11 years old, anal rape, Trump Tower. Maria Oliveira was paid $16 million to settle allegations of forcible intercourse. And now we all know why the Epstein files were not released. Because Donald Trump is in fact on the list. He is in fact a rapist. And they're both Republicans and Democrats on that list. And it includes Donald Trump's good old friend Bill Clinton, another friend of the Epstein. So there are people involved in both parties that are on the list. But the fact is he is the president right now. He promised they would release the Epstein files. We know there is a cover-up. They say, oh, there's no client list. There's no client list. Well, why is Miss Maxwell in prison if there was no client list? This was the same Pam Bondi that said the Epstein client list was on her desk. Now there's no client list. It's clear that they're covering for the president. Take a look at the serial rapist pedophile. Eric Swalwell brings a good point. No one is more litigious than Donald Trump. If he was not in the files, he would have already sued Elon Musk for saying that he is in the files. Why is Donald Trump trying to avoid the files completely? He wants us all to avoid child sex trafficking, exploitation of children for sexual lewd acts. He would rather want you to ignore all of that. We have a serial rapist, pedophile, felon as president. Take a look at his own daughter, Ivanka. Ooh, does she look very comfortable in that picture? Someone must be laying a massive boner from behind. She looks really uncomfortable. That is a creepy, creepy guy. This is the same guy who said, if she was not my daughter, I'd be dating her. He's looking like he wanted to date his young daughter. Pedophile. A complete pedophile. But you have to understand that Pam Bondi was selected from the beginning because she, while as Florida Attorney General, accepted a $25,000 donation from Donald Trump to stop the investigation of his fraudulent Trump University. Pam Bondi was chosen because she was proven to save Donald Trump's skin in the past. Donald Trump gave her a bribe, a campaign donation, then she stops the investigation into the fraudulent Trump University. And Pam Bondi, let's not forget, was a Florida Attorney General from 2011 to 2018. She didn't investigate Epstein. So she saved Donald Trump's skin before, and she didn't go after the child sex pedophilia ring in Florida while she was Attorney General. She was 100% chosen to sweep this Epstein stuff under the rug. But it's not going to work. Because regardless of political affiliation, we want justice for all the victims, and everyone who raped these innocent, exploited kids, they all need to be brought to justice. They're the lowest of the low. Every single politician should be held accountable. But we all know there are high-ranking people in both parties on the list, including Donald Trump, the current president, who will never ever let their names become public, ever. And Donald Trump is trying to sweep this under the rug. Dan Bongino was a long-time law enforcement member. He was all against this Epstein stuff on his podcast before he became a deputy director of the FBI. He got into a screaming match with Pam Bondi. He may very well resign over this. But it was always going to be an inside job. Bondi has proven her loyalty to Donald Trump long before she became AG. She didn't go after Epstein's ring. The names are on my desk, and now there's no client list. You have to understand that the Republicans are not going to out their own. It was Epstein who was arrested. Now, they say he committed suicide. But he was going to go public with all the names on the list. He was going to send everybody crashing down. So it was during his first term, Donald Trump, in fact, did have him murdered. Trump had Epstein murdered in jail. That happened during his first term. Also, he wouldn't spill out the rest of the beans. He did not commit suicide. They came out with footage of his death, but there was a minute or so that was cut off from the video, so we don't really know what happened when he died. But it's time to bring this child sex pedophilia ring to justice. There's a money talks. There's a different rule of law depending on how much power and how much money you have. And this is absolutely going to bring down Donald Trump. They were talking about releasing the names, but they had skeletons to reveal of their own. He is in fact sitting in the White House right now. He is on the client list. It will never ever be released, but we have a pretty clear idea who is on this list. This shouldn't have been the last resort for the slow people to finally stop their support of Donald Trump. I mean, you talk about all the shipping of American citizens and peaceful people working without due process. He lied about ending the war in Ukraine. He lied about stopping never-ending wars in the Middle East. He bombed Iran. He's serving Israel. He lied about ending inflation. He lied about bringing lowering grocery prices. He said it's not my problem. I care more about the wars against the brown people. Donald Trump is a mitigated disaster. And he belongs in jail, not in the White House. 34-time convicted felon, child rapist Donald Trump belongs in jail. He's a rapist. Go to jail. Fuck Donald Trump. And fuck everyone else who supports a rapist. Fuck Donald Trump and fuck the war of the billionaires over the working class of America.